Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Owner's Box. I'm Billy Koch, founder and managing partner of the Little Red Feather Racing Club. Joining me from Baltimore, the great Michelle Yu, in a nice hotel room. What hotel are you staying at, or do you not want that disclosed?
Oh, I don't care. I'm staying at the Marriott in Owing Mills or Owing. I don't know.
Oh, you're not. I'm at the Marriott downtown.
I know. I'm not. I can't stay there. It's too rich for my blood. My company
Really?
says no. Peons have to. I did move up though. Normally, I have to stay in like Towson at like the oldest Marriott in the
Oh
country,
yeah, that
and
place is
it's a
awesome.
really bad hotel. Yeah, that the only saving grace was like the first year I stayed there. I went to the hotel bar, and guess who sat down next to me?
Bill Mott,
Brett Jones.
Brett Jones. Well, you're going to see a lot of Brett Jones this weekend. He's
I
coming out
always
there.
see Brett Jones. It's great. So,
It is
anyway, this hotel
Preakness.
is much nicer.
It is Preakness week. Nathan Nelson is going to join us. He is the managing partner of a horse named Pay Billy, who
We love that
obviously
name.
I am a big fan of. I had never heard of the horse until entry day, but we're gonna find all about Pay Billy, Nathan Nelson coming up in a second. But Michelle, what's your kind of feel? What's the vibe? You're in Baltimore already. What's the vibe on Preakness?
Well, I thought the draw party was pretty well attended. I was out at the track this morning. It was actually pretty quiet by the time I got there, and the horses all seemed to be nicely settled in. There was a good group of media around, and it's just kind of like a really chill vibe. While you go to Derby and it's so much excitement, and they're so anal about everyone being around. With Preakness, they've got this big beautiful grass area, and everyone kind of has a bath and then hangs out on the grass, and you can like lean on the fence and chit chat with everybody. And it's obviously been raining here, so the track has been pretty. I don't know what's officially. It looks sloppy to me, but I don't know what it is officially. So it's been like pretty sloppy in the mornings to watch them. And I went to Timonium today to watch the Breeze show there for phasing. Looking forward to going back tomorrow to the track. We did have some of like the late comers in make it today. I mean, Journalism's been galloping, Sandman's been galloping. Clever again got in yesterday. He shed road today. He'll go to the track tomorrow. Heart of Honor for Jamie Osborne had to ship over to Churchill, and then he shipped down to here. He
Mm.
looked fine. I didn't get to see him galloping in person, but it looks like everyone's kind of been getting over the off track with a plum. I haven't seen anyone that I'm like, ooh, they don't like that.
Well, I was going to ask you: is there one horse that kind of you think is a little bit sneaky? Here's the thing: I think Journalism is going to be a very big favorite. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's the horse to beat. But I saw some tweet the other day about how Derby horses and favorites in the Preakness don't often get overbet. Like Journalism on paper should probably be what, 2 to 5,
Five. He'll be 5-2, don't you
but
think?
he's probably going to be more like 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or
Yeah.
something like that. So you can get a little bit of value. Is there a horse that you're looking at to say, I think this horse has a legitimate shot to beat Journalism?
So I like River Thames or
Yeah.
Thames. I just think he's really interesting. I thought his race in the bluegrass was good. He obviously started off his career very well. I think he should like the off going, and I'm interested to see how he looks training if they train tomorrow. So I want to see him, and I want to see Clever again train as well.
So Pay Billy, the guy who we're having on the show, has no shot.
I mean, he's going to have to majorly step up, right? This is his first try against Greatest Stakes Company. He won the Testio. Uh,
He's the local hero, Michelle, and he's my
he's local.
namesake.
He's based in Delaware, and he runs at Laurel. So he is local, but he's not technically like a Pimlico local, right? He hasn't won any races at Pimlico.
Right.
He's never run at
Right.
Pimlico. So I can't say like he's a horse for course or anything like that. And I haven't got to see him. I did see his stablemate Chipotle though. He's cool.
Chipotle?
So yeah,
They
the
named the horse
stablemate named
Chipotle?
Chipotle.
How'd they do that? Isn't that like reserved or
Chipotle is a pepper.
Oh, it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's how they got their
Um,
name.
So I would love for
Shows you my
them to
ignorance.
tell me why they like their horse. Michael Gorham, actually, his trainer, was really interested. He said he's so excited because he has been to 23 Preaknesses, and he's had some runners on the undercard, but this will be the first time he's ever gotten to enter a horse. So I think that's obviously a cool story. And so we'll get to see. From a pedigree standpoint, he probably shouldn't mind the off going, right? He's by Improbable, who's by City Zip, and he's out of a Harlington mare.
There you go. I mean, what more do you need than that? What about Friday? Have you looked at any of the Black-Eyed Susan or any of the
Yes.
Friday races?
Have you? You're the better handicapper than I am. What are we playing?
Yeah, but I don't plan on going on Friday, so I haven't really looked. I have to be honest.
You're not coming on Friday to sit with me?
No, I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna get there. I mean, if Bill Strauss running his horse, Vodka with a Twist? Have we?
Yes, yeah. She's in. They turned her back in distance.
But they're for sure running.
Well, I mean, who knows? I didn't get to see Phil this
I
morning.
talked. I talked to Phil, and he said
And
he was thinking about waiting for the race at Churchill Downs. I guess there's a 7 Ace race there that's for a lot more money.
I
But
mean, everything at Churchill Downs is obviously for more money, but I thought she was super fascinating in there going 6 furlongs. I mean, she came back off of the bench going, what, mile and an eighth or whatnot, and then they're going to roll her back to 6.
should we randomly call Bill Strauss right now? But while we're
Yes.
waiting for
Yes. Yeah. Can we?
Hold on. Let me see if we can do
Okay.
this. This would be amazing. Hold on. We're gonna do this live on. Oh, that's Jeff. We don't want Jeff. He'll just be able to tell us about food. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
What's up, Billy?
Hey, Bill. You're on the owner's box with Michelle Yu and myself live. We are doing our podcast right now, and we were going over the Friday card, and we want to know about Vodka with a Twist. If you're planning on going, or if we're waiting, what are we doing?
We're gonna wait. Vodka with a Twist will not be running this Friday.
Oh, Michelle is so
Bill!
fun. All right, we're gonna wait for the race at Churchill.
What a bummer.
We're gonna wait. Was it 2 weeks for you? I think it's the same day as the Belmont Stakes.
Okay, all right.
And I'll have Zulu Kingdom at Saratoga that day, so I will miss Vodka, unfortunately.
All right. Well, we wish you the
What a
best.
bummer.
We know we're going to see you very soon tomorrow night, and we're looking forward to it. But we wanted a live update.
Guys, you got the live update. Michelle, I want you to be at your best tomorrow night at dinner. We count on you.
I'll behave my best or look my best. What did he say?
No, he said just be at your best.
Oh, okay.
He said
behave your worst, but
behave
look
your
your
worst.
best.
Behave your worst and
Behave
look
your
your
worst, look your
best.
best.
There you go.
Okay,
Thank you,
done.
Billy.
Tell
We'll
him
talk to you
done.
soon.
What time? Who's picking me up so I don't have to drive?
Where are you coming from?
Are
Are you near the air? On my way back from the airport? I'm Brett and I are on the same flight from Atlanta.
you? Well, I'll be at the track because I got to work. Oh no, tomorrow's Thursday. Sorry. I will be at my hotel. I don't think you go by my hotel though. I think I'm north of like the
Are
harbor
you with
area.
Zoe too? I love that we're talking about our plans on the
Sorry.
podcast. It's really,
We always do a good. Is Brett coming to dinner?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Your
exciting.
favorite.
Who am I going to
amazing.
sit next to? Can't wait.
That's gonna be
You know who I was with today too was Madison. We were at I was at the sales
Oh,
with Madison,
there you
who
go.
breaks some of Billy's horses,
Yeah,
and was
very
watching
good.
her consignment. Okay, so I did like Vodka with a Twist in the Miss Preakness. Now
She gone. She gone.
what race is the Black-Eyed Susan?
Black
So
Eyed Susan.
I do not like the favorite. For me, the favorite is a no play.
Who is the
in
favorite?
there. Running and gunning.
Running and gunning. No go
Yeah.
for Michelle Yu.
So
Okay.
she was third behind Quiet Side in the fantasy, but I don't like her. Her 2 wins came at Sunland and Houston.
Okay.
So I know for
Not
me, I
bad.
was looking elsewhere. I like Brendan Walsh's horse on top, Paris Lily,
Paris Lily.
Godolphin. That's it. I didn't handicap anymore. I saw Godolphin and I
You
just
just
stopped
took
looking.
Godolphin.
It was like Paris Lily, Godolphin. I stopped and put her on top.
They've been kind of on fire.
A little bit, right? And
All right.
then
What about the Preakness undercard races? Like, is there anybody that you like in there?
you tell me who you like. What are we putting together on our tickets?
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna do some work on the plane tomorrow as I sit on Delta for however many hours and have all my sheets out and everything, and watch some golf. The PGA starts tomorrow, so I like Valnikov. He won the race last year. He
You're
loves
going to get the same conditions.
soft going. We get this weird, this new no-name French jockey that's riding him.
You love that.
He's pretty good. He's kind of a pain in my butt, but he's really good. And I think all systems go for Balnikov. He should get a good trip. There's a little bit of speed in
I
there.
don't know what happened to him in the Elkhorn, but for sure in the Pegasus, Ocean took like complete blame. He was like, that was so my fault. That horse should have run light years better. So you're going to come in with like a couple of not great efforts and could put up another good effort. He just needs a trip.
He just needs a trip. He's 9-2 on the morning line. He's the second choice behind Takari was a really good horse. I believe he ran third in the Maker's Mark Mile last time at Keeneland. Stretches out for Grand Motion. He'll have to deal with the 13 post, I believe. And, with Balnikov, he just needs the trip. That's it. I mean, he's doing great. That race in the Elkhorn was 1.5 miles, and Giroux kind of just fell asleep, and he was so far back. And then he zigzagged the entire stretch, and it was just a strange – Balnikov gets these crazy, strange trips all the time.
Right.
And those just happen to be back to back. And but I think he's ready. He likes this course, and he's training good. And we'll give it a go right before the Preakness again.
I like him. I liked a long shot in there too to include. I liked the 8 Crystal Quest a little bit for Michael Trombetta.
Okay, Crystal Quest.
Mostly because he's run really well on pretty forgiving turf. And we talked to the guys today in the office to see kind of what was going to happen. And they said that they can't. We were thinking maybe they'd keep all the races on the grass for Friday, but like move the rails out, but their fields are too big. Yeah. So they're just going to have to keep all the races on the grass and keep the rails down, and
so it's going to
see how it looks for Saturday.
It's going to be yucky, is what you're saying.
I mean, we're only supposed to get like a little bit of rain like tonight, early morning, and we'll see.
Looking at the PPs right now. Okay.
Who's your best bet of the weekend? One horse.
Journalism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
do you like him as much as you like Sovereignty?
No.
Okay.
The only reason, listen, I like what the Connections did as far as taking their time, letting the horse talk to them. But at the end of the day, I found the decision a little bit strange. Like the fact that Sovereignty is not going there, the fact that Journalism already has a stallion deal, the fact that they could wait and have great spacing. So I'm very torn on the decision because I think Mike McCarthy is really smart. Obviously, the people at Eclipse, Aaron, and he's been on our show. He knows what he's doing. So I just hope this isn't what's the word I want to use? I hope it's not like just I'll call it a fame grab. Right. Hey, we won the Preakness, because the truth is, and you've read all these things about the Preakness, it's kind of the third less of the Triple Crown, right? It's like people put, obviously the Derby's the Derby. You're never going to knock the Derby off. And then it's the Belmont, right? The Test of Champions, right?
Yeah, but not anymore. Not when it's 1.25 miles. It's not the Test of Champions.
Of course. But what is the Preakness? The Preakness is,
the
people running on bathroom
Preakness
stalls.
This is the hard race to win, because you got to turn back in 2 weeks and face fresh horses.
Yeah, I get it. I just think Journalism is a lot better than these. I think that coming out of the Derby and how good he ran there, and there's statistics out there that Derby horses run very, very well in the Preakness.
Derby horses do run well. The anti-statistic is that no favorite has won the Preakness since Justify in 2018.
Okay. Over a sloppy track in the fog. Remember that race?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a crazy race that was. Okay, so we're waiting. Who are we waiting for? We're waiting for Nathan Nelson.
Nathan Nelson.
In a second. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then it's not really going to be a break because Michelle's just going to pause this, and then we're going to pick it back up with Nathan Nelson. All right, we have tracked down Nathan Nelson. We're going to bring him in now.
Who was right on time, by the way? Who was right? It's not tracked down. He was exactly on time.
It was not Nathan's fault. It was our fault. We started early. We ran out of things to talk about.
Well, we could have kept going. The problem is that we keep going, and then we overlap our forecasts.
Blab, 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 and no one wants to hear us blab. They'd rather hear from Nathan Nelson. Bring him in.
Bring him in.
Hey, there he is.
Hey there, how are you?
Nathan Nelson joining us. He is the managing partner for Pay Billy, and I want to tell you, I really appreciate you naming the horse after me. Thank you.
Well, you find inspiration wherever you look for it.
Yeah. So, listen, when I saw him listed in the form, I'm like, oh, I wonder who my mom's going to bet on in the Preakness. So, but tell us a little bit about first, before we get into Pay Billy and we talk about the Preakness, which is obviously going to be very exciting. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you get into horse racing?
I got into horse racing just because I had an uncle that was a complete degenerate that I'll love forever, right?
Like all of us. Yeah,
yep.
It's an age-old story.
At the time, I looked young, but when I was 16, I looked really young. So I'd drive out to we're all from Minnesota. There's 5 of us.
I can hear the accent.
I hear it now.
Minnesota. Love it.
Yep.
Where in Minnesota?
Wait, did you go to Canterbury?
Yep, went to Canterbury. So my office, as you can kind of see right behind the big buildings and all that for here, right, is in Minneapolis. But so I would be 16 years old and I'd go to Canterbury Park. You had to be 18 to bet, right? But I'd find the tellers that didn't check so much. So that's good for getting it down. But then to cashing it, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you just do a finger snap?
I just
Yeah,
did
that's a good
snap.
one.
Billy!
Yeah,
We know what kind of a rooter he is.
yeah,
huh,
that's
Billy?
good. I like that. I
Bill
like that you
likes
went
the
finger
finger
snap.
snap.
So you're 16 and then what happens? Have you owned horses before? Is this a new syndicate? What is this group?
Yep. So it's a new syndicate group, and I've personally been involved in ownership since 2018, 2019 maybe, but we started with babies. So by the time we hit the track, it was like 2020 and what have you. And then one of my partners, Mike and wanted to really elevate the game a little bit. So I have two stables, if you will. One is On Your Left Racing that had Omaha that was on the Derby Trail.
Oh yeah.
Great name. Great name.
Yeah, and On Your Left breeds to race.
Okay.
And then RKTN, which is this Mike and Tony Nitty and Bob Nitty and Keith Hurley, we buy to race. So there's a little bit of a difference there.
Yep.
And son of a gun to have two in the Triple Crown Trail, right? Is like
so
forget
cool.
about it. But
Yeah,
RKTN, this is our first horse.
This is your first horse?
Yeah,
Wow.
and so
Oh
for
my gosh.
Mike and I have had horses, but for Bob Nitty and Keith Hurley and Tony Nitty, this is their number one horse. So and the directive was from Mike and we got to go up our game, and then from the Nitty and Hurley crew, it's got to be a boy. So I mean, I only have so much money, and I want the best available athlete, like you're told, right? But
$60,000, by the way, for this colt who's earned $234,000 and gotten you into a Triple Crown race.
Amazing.
Who
so I
picks
went
your
to the
horses?
OBS sale with a wheelbarrow for us, a wheelbarrow full of money. But Gorham came with me, the trainer, and he said, "This is the horse I want, and it might have $1 million blemish on its right, I guess, its right front arm, right." And at the sale, you get crucified if you have any blemishes at all. And so I had to call. We kind of knew it. We could be under budget. So I called Mike and the Nitties and Hurley up, and I said, "We're going to be under budget, but we're not compromising."
Right.
And they all said, "Go." And son of a gun, we got him for it's still a big buy for us, but $60,000. And what would they pay for him now, though?
That's amazing.
Who's Billy?
Yep. So Keith Hurley's dad is Bill Hurley, and he's gone. He's deceased, and that's a loss. But Keith and Bob and Tony all grew up together, and they play poker and whatnot. And whenever Bill would win the pot, right, he'd put his arms on and say, "Pay Billy." So it went from annoying to enduring as time goes on.
Yeah, of course.
I love it.
That horse, right? And Pay Billy, and the track call at Laurel, because that's the only place he likes to win at. Hopefully Pimlico, And I'm fine if he's just Maryland's best. But in any event, the track announcer plays it up pretty good too.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. When you, I always say and I've been going to sales for 25 years now, and my heart still pounds during the bidding process. Like I still get nervous. What were you like that day when you kind of knew you wanted this horse, Pay Billy, who wasn't Pay Billy at the time? You only had 60,000, or maybe you could push it a little bit. What was that? Tell a little bit our people what that process is like.
Well, you're spot on. And, I mean, individually for On Your Left Racing, trying to find a mare, trying to find or even with me and Mike, we had horses, Mike and, we had horses beforehand. And I drive to Fozzie-Tipton, or I'd drive to Keeneland, and I would drive all the way back to Minneapolis, 12 hours, with no horse. You feel like the biggest dunce of all time. So, like outside of getting a horse in a race, and then outside of winning a race, I think like you can feel it if you actually win the auction for the horse you want. But Gorham does all the bidding. I'm a complete nervous wreck, and I'm sitting there, a long ways away from him, and
a long ways away.
Yeah, a couple,
more.
But Gorham's cool as the other side of the pillow. But I'm just a complete nervous wreck, and he always he does all the bidding for us, and Yeah. So when
isn't it funny when the consignor comes up to you after and goes, "Hey man, thank you. This is an unbelievable horse. Like you feel so good about yourself." You're like, "Oh my god, what a horse I just bought! Incredible."
Exactly. But you know what I did find out? If I'm an underbidder, I don't. You know, maybe my teammates, they have a little bit of a temper, but I have a real big temper if I'm the underbidder. You know.
Really?
And,
I bet that
but
happened
if
to
you
me
drive 12
yesterday.
hours home, right, from Kentucky,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
that's a long ways to be an underbidder.
especially when the Twins are struggling right now.
Exactly.
So how many horses do you guys have in your stable at a time?
Yep. So RKTN, the only horse of, you know, on the track ever is Pay Billy, which
Right.
again, you know, we can't get over it.
No.
We're very excited. 31 of us, and the line is, you know, if you want to really get me going, call me a new owner. But you know, candidly, we're kind of with some new owners. You know what I mean? But in any event, 30. We do appreciate. We don't know we haven't put our whole lives into it, but we do appreciate the moment. 31 of us are getting on a jet airplane or a couple jet airplanes, and we're flying out to Baltimore tomorrow.
That's
and, you know, and we're gonna tear the city apart. You know?
Where are you staying?
We're staying at the Baltimore North Marriott. Or
Is that the waterfront?
You know, I don't know exactly where.
Oh no, is it the one in Towson? Change the hotel.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the one in Towson.
I know we're going to dinner as a team dinner on Friday night, and you know, and Pimlico's been great. They're going to get us a transportation to take us like the 2 miles from the track to the place. But I've been to the Kentucky Derby where you cannot get out of there. You know,
it's hell. Yeah,
Pimlico's a little bit better. Have you been to Pimlico before?
You know, my wife and I went there in 2016, and we watched the Preakness at that point just because it's, you know, it's on the Triple Crown, it's a real special race, right?
Right.
But never in our wildest dreams thought we'd have a horse there. You know, it wasn't. But yeah, like I said, the Mike wanted to raise it. The Nitty Hurley crew wanted a boy, and they wanted to get in that Triple Crown. And then like, who's going to be my buyer, right? And that's where Gorham said, "Well, I want to do that too." And I'm like, "Okay, let's get on a plane and go." And he did.
Hey, what? Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
Go ahead, Billy.
Oh, I was going to say, so you look at this race. I was going to kind of get into specifics, and you know, you look at journalism. Obviously, is going to be the favorite.
Well, wait, let me ask my question first because before
go.
that. When did you start to think we're going to run in the Preakness? Was it before the Tessio or after the Tessio?
Oh, it's way before. So you know, you got Omaha going with the homebred on your left, and we're RKTN Racing, right? And so it's kind of like, well, where's the fun? And remember, Billy did absolutely nothing. Gorham never gave up on him, but
that's what
it took
people
him 4
say
starts to break his maiden.
Yeah.
And you know, but I believed in him too. It was just a hard sell, you know, and all of my partners basically work in a boardroom. And so I kind of felt a couple of times like I was reporting to the board, you know,
right.
But son of a gun, when he won that maiden race, Michelle, I think that's when I kind of thought like that was, you know, we've won maiden special weight before, but that just seemed like a special maiden special weight. Mm-hmm. But then we're Minneapolis, and I'm with Bob, Keith, and Tony, and we're trying to figure out what to do next with Billy. We just came off of an allowance win. We're feeling as good as we can, but he had no stakes foundation, you know. Yeah. And Gorham's like, well, rather than taking a shot at the Virginia Derby, where we'd have to basically win, and then we're in jackpot, there's nowhere to go, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If we do okay in this Miracle Wood, and if we win, you know, and then the private terms, and then the Tessio's will be if we win the private terms, we're gonna be a favorite in the Tessio, and the Tessio is an automatic bid, and that's a straight line. You know, now you can't win one race, much less, you know, come in, you know, to get to 2 races or 3 races. But Gorham sold the boys, sold me. It was a hard sale. He didn't waver, you know, and there you go. And guess what?
When Bill Strauss, who we just talked to live on the podcast a minute ago, had the Charlie run, the hot rod Charlie run.
Hot dog Charlie.
Yeah.
He was always telling us that he couldn't sleep. Like every night, it was just like thinking about these races, whether it was the Derby or the Pennsylvania Derby or whatever it was. And now you're coming into the Preakness. How is your sleep schedule?
Great question. And again, you know, you guys add so much to it too. The two of you do. You really do. Thank you so much. The neatest thing is the ladies in the group form the Preakness Phillies text group, right? Nice. The people that don't hang out at all. So
Yeah.
even if I try, I don't even know what my wife and I talked about before Billy, but but that's all we're talking about.
Yeah, you're just so you can't contain yourself. You're like looking at the forum, you're listening to podcasts, you're looking at everything. I can only imagine how exciting this moment is for you.
We got on the cover of the Daily Racing Form today, and you know, I just found that out a little bit ago. Gorm sent it over to me, and I sent it to the whole group, and the whole group's going, you know, bananas, and we're going bananas, and we don't even know, you know, but it's just like you can't make it up. But yeah, there's no sleep.
And I'm just now, I've known you for probably 5 minutes, and I get the sense that you're going there and you believe this horse has a legitimate chance. He's 20-1 on the morning line, but that, you know, he's won 4 of his last 5 races, lost the other one by a nose, and he's from this area. And he's, you know, he's fresh, relatively fresh compared to horses like Journalism and Riverton. Do you honestly think, are you, when you take off all the Pay Billy stuff and the hat and the Preakness button, are you legit? You have a shot in here?
We tattooed him on the futures bet. We're gonna sit back, we're gonna pin our ears, and we're gonna pass them all and just hope to God Journalism doesn't get me.
Okay.
He took him a mile and a quarter, right? I only got a mile and 3/16. You know, that's what I'm saying.
There you go. Well, yeah,
you're gonna take it up in New York. We'll see in New York.
Yeah, you're very. I mean, I'm looking at the form right now.
Where do you expect to see Pay Billy in the race?
Yeah, he's very tactical.
Yeah, how close can he be?
Yeah, you know, that's really Raul rides him all the time. And we're a super loyal group. I mean, seriously, that's a very Minnesota thing. It's probably everywhere, but really almost impossible to get in. Once you're in, it's almost impossible to get out. Raul's in it, you know, we're ride or die. We're hoping that we don't get caught up in a space battle. It looks like Baffert's got to go, right? Yeah. If Baffert go, it looks like the 3 going to go. Maybe that American Pharaoh going to go. Well, if I can just, you know, we had to hold him back hard at the Federico. Mm-hmm. If we can, if and he's getting smarter every race, if he can just let those 3 go, if he can let those 3 go, you know, then again, I have to worry about Sandman and Sovereignty.
You got to worry about a lot. I mean,
I mean, listen to you guys. But
but here's the best part. You have to worry about a lot, but you're there and you made it. And this is your first horse for your partnership. This is an amazing story. I think you're going to have a lot of people behind you, especially after they listen. The 6 people that listen to this podcast are going to really jump.
I did the Baltimore Morning News today, and 2 people asked me about your horse.
Love it. Love it.
Amazing.
Love it.
So he is the local.
What do you guys think? So what do you guys think?
I think he has to step up. I mean, and my question is he going to like the slot? Pedigree wise, I feel like he should. He didn't like it on debut, but I felt like that was a first time out situation.
You know, he didn't get out of the gate. He didn't get, you know, and you can't. Now he gets out of the gate.
Yeah.
He went up. He's never had an easy race. The one easy race he had, he ran off on. So he's never had an easy race if you look at the ones that have come out of his races. Mm-hmm. So we had to face, you know, but that was, you know, at the time when I'm trying to report to the other owners, that was our best race, you know, and he just got out of the gate and he went go home back to his barn, right?
Sounds like Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, you know, who doesn't want to go back? But once he picked up his lunch pail and went to work, he got in there, and that was a sloppy track. So, you know, I don't know. Omaha certainly was good with sloppy track until the Wood Memorial, where, you know, he wasn't. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe Raul can keep him stalking and not get it, you know. But clearly, Sovereignty's proven. I mean, Journalism's proven he doesn't mind the slop.
No. Hey, here's a question for you. You have all these relatively new players in the game.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
They're relatively new. I was listening to you. We actually listened to people on our interviews. How do you manage expectations going into Saturday? Or do you? I mean, you seem very excitable. You're really enthusiastic, which is great for our game. We appreciate you. But how do you manage expectations? Because, listen, realistically, he's 20-1. Yeah, sure, he has a chance to win. But more than likely there's a chance he might not win, and he might run fifth, he might run third, he might run last. How do you, especially you have your group of fillies now, your wives, you have these guys who don't really know that much. And I've been there a million times where after the race, people are looking at me like, what happened? And it's very difficult. Are you prepared for that?
Personally, yes, sir, I am prepared. I had a horse called Chipotle who's running on the undercard.
We talked about him.
Okay. Yeah, we win for fun against like $1 million tap at first out. He's Minnesota bred. We bring him to Minnesota, bring 100 people to the track, and it doesn't go at all, right? So that's what you're talking about, right? Yeah. I'm there. I got 100 people. I got the fastest thing that's ever happened. The Delaware Invader, they called him, and he did not invade. I'm still alive. But with this group, they don't think anything's funny other than winning. So, again, the instruction was go find a Triple Crown horse. Son of a gun, we're in the Triple Crown. You can't deny that, right?
Oh.
So to answer your question, there are no limits on the expectation. There is none of the smart things that I said before the Federico Tessio, maybe before the private terms, before the race, before that. The excuses now is just go gas and this win it. And guess what? Gorham's saying too, let's give it our best shot and hope that we're first.
That sounds awesome. Well, listen, we appreciate you, man. Michelle and I will both be there. Hopefully.
All right. Well, find us.
Yeah, we'll have.
Where are you guys sitting at?
We're in the chalet, but we're going to be all over everywhere.
Well, okay. I will be in the chalet. I will come find you.
I will be in the chalet.
Okay,
I look shorter in real life, just so you know.
Yeah, but
I don't look quite as strong as I am in real person, on the TV. But yeah, so we bought 31 tickets for the chalet, and then it's like, oh my God. But go
awesome.
It
Billy!
was like $900,000. That's all your winnings. If you
who cares, right? We got
the chalet.
I will probably need like a Go Billy hat or like a T-shirt. Is there any gear that you're bringing?
Merch? Pay Billy merch?
Pay Billy merch?
Wow. After the race, we'll all catch up at the Belmont.
Okay, fair enough. Nathan Nelson, good luck on Saturday with Pay Billy. We really appreciate you spending the time with us today.
Great times. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Nate. We'll see you this weekend.
Go Billy. That's my theme for the weekend.
Billy.
Go Billy.
There's going to be a lot of Go Billy. And by the way, I'm going to be turning around left and right. I'm like, what?
Right.
What? Oh, the horse. The horse.
He was so nice. Can you believe that's their first horse and they got to the Triple Crown?
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Meanwhile, we can't get a horse to get to the Triple Crown, but they buy one for 60.
Can't get an allowance race to go to San Diego.
I love it.
All right, Michelle. Well, I'm excited. I know everybody's excited. We're gonna have a great weekend at the Preakness, even if it's a little rainy and ugly. Hopefully, go Billy. I almost just said Pay Billy will run a great race for Nathan and his new partnership. Anything else we need to discuss, or can we wrap this up?
I just want to make sure people that are wagering, if you pay attention, there are going to be a couple of really great bets with low takeout. We're going to do a black.
Oh, you broke up. Wait, Michelle.
All stakes.
Wait.
A black-eyed Susan. Oh,
you're breaking up really badly. Yeah, you're like frozen. Okay, there you go.
I haven't moved.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Better now?
Yes, you're better now.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't moved the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be a black-eyed Susan to all stakes pick 5. That's a low takeout 50-cent minimum wager. There's going to be a black-eyed Susan to all dirt stakes pick 5 as well. And then I believe there's one to turf races too. So just make sure if you're playing, you check those out. They'll have like individual lists in your ADW app. And I think they're going to be super fun. I love a 50-cent wager, super low takeout, and get you some two-day action.
And get your pre-gone.
I heard Pegasus might be making a reappearance.
Oh, Pegasus. What a mess.
Also, if you're going to be on track, Ray Lewis is hosting the Fan Zone. And
nice.
T-Pain and Wyclef Jean are performing.
Amazing. All right. Preakness week.
No Shakira, though.
No Shakira. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I like Shakira. So Shakira.
Woohoo! Hey, Billy! Bye.
Bye.